In today's video, we'll be looking at assaults. Assaults are one order that you can perform as part of your action in your player turn. In our example today, we're going to have the Confederates assaulting these Union troops here. We've got two units. The first, the primary unit in the square, are these red graded veteran Confederates. They've also got a Rebel Yell special ability, supported by these Confederates who are yellow graded, so they're good quality troops as well. Both are strength 3 units. They've been given an action to move and they're currently at yellow, so they're okay. Opposing them are the Union. So the Union aren't quite so good, they're graded as green, so they're sort of lower quality line troops. They are defending behind a fence, but they have got some adversities against them. They've been currently given a hold order, which their colour action is white, but they've got 3 adversity markers. They're under barrage from artillery, they've got fresh casualties, and they've got a casualty total of yellow. The first stage of the assault is to see whether the defending square stands, so in essence a waiver test. To do that, we take a number of dice equal to the command order and each adversity that's in the square. So in this example, we've got 1 white dice for the command order there. We've got a yellow dice for the casualty total. We've got fresh casualty white, and we've got a artillery barrage green. So 2 whites, a yellow and a green. We roll these dice and we take the single highest result from this set. So we've got a couple of blanks that we can disregard, and we can just disregard one of those as well. So we're just looking at the single highest result, which is a sword and an arrow. Cross-referencing that to the stand roll results table, that just means we upshift the order. So it goes from white to green. So we do stand, but it's come as our cost of our cohesiveness. The second stage is an opposed roll-off between the attacking square and the defending square. We just accumulate a dice pool for each square and we roll them and compare the results. So if we do the attacking square first, we take the unit that's in the primary position, so they are veterans, so they have 3 strength and they are red, so they start from 3 red dice. The next thing we need to determine whether there's any shifts to those dice, and there are. Because they're crossing an obstacle, that means that the defenders count as en potence, so they're defending. So what that means is they shift all of their dice down 1 grade, so they end up with 3 yellow dice. We then have some pluses and minuses to the dice. So we have a unit that's in support, which adds 1 green. There are no more dices to add to the pool. We also have some situational dice shifts to apply as well. So in this example, we have an open flank square here, and that downgrades one of the dice to green there. The highest result is always downgraded. So their total is 2 yellows and 2 greens. The Union are in a slightly worse position, in as much as they're green troops and they're strength 3, so they start with 3 green dice. They have got a supporting unit, so they add another green, so they've got 4 green dice. However, they now have some minuses to apply also, so we apply for each adversity in the square, we downshift the highest dice in the square. So we've got 1, 2, 3 sets of adversities, so we downgrade 1, 2, 3 green dice to 1, 2, 3 white dice. So that is the sum total of the throw. 2 yellows and 2 greens versus 1 green and 3 whites. Let's just roll these dice. So it's a good throw from the Union. So effectively they have 1 blank, they have a special, a wound, and also a cross. However, the Confederates throw even better. So they end up with 2 skulls, a cross, and a blank. Because the Confederates had Rebel Yell, if they'd have thrown S, so Rebel Yell is a special ability, if they'd have thrown an S, it would have also counted as a skull. Okay, they didn't, so there we go. So once the dice have been rolled, we need to just compare the results. So if we compare on the Confederate side, so we've got 2 skulls, which means we inflict 2 wounds on the unit. So they're already on yellow, so that's going to flip them up to red, shift up to red, and it would shift them up again because they're 2. They can't shift up any further, so they go to low spirits. On the Union side, they inflict 1 casualty, so the Confederates get a black casualty, it's their first on their ladder, but they also get a fresh casualties, so they've taken casualties this turn also. The arrows are effectively a tie-break mechanism, and the person with the highest number of arrows inflicts an additional casualty. In this case, it's a draw, so we can disregard those 2 dice. On the Union, they've got no special ability that's equivalent to Rebel Yell or anything like that, so we can disregard that. So actually, the outcome of the assault is 2-1, so the Confederates do win. The outcome of the assault doesn't necessarily seem that obvious, but what you've got to think about is the fact that this unit now has no order. So come the end of the phase, then they will be subject to a no orders test. So the Union player has got the choice to either take that gamble and go to the end of the turn without an order, or they can try and reorder those troops. And so the fact that they have already got a command action counter, they've got multiple adversities in the square, low spirits, artillery, casualties and fresh casualties, means that the chances of them complying to that order becomes subsequently lower. So they are more than likely going to retire there anyway. The winning player is in a slightly better position because effectively, while they have taken casualties, they have kept their order. So if it came to the end of the phase and they'd done nothing else, they would not need to test. They would lose all their temporary markers and they will be able to progress to the next phase without any impediment.